In lane 5 for Team USA, Sha'Carri Richardson, one of the fastest women in history, an Olympic silver medalist, and this is her official season opener in the 100 meters right here. In lane 6, Cambrea Sturgis of the USA. She's already clocked 10.92 this season, and her personal best of 10.87 from 2022 tells you exactly what she's capable of. Melissa Jefferson-Wooden, the reigning world champion in the 100, 200, and 4x100 relay from Tokyo last summer, is here watching her training partner make her season debut in the 100. 8 of the best sprinters in the country are about to line up on this track, and you can feel every bit of it in this stadium right now. This is a loaded field. Experience, speed, Olympic credentials, world titles, a season opener, yes, but one that carries real weight. Every one of these women put in the work over the winter, and now it's time to find out where they actually stand. The crowd is buzzing, the tension at the start line is building fast, and when that gun fires, this race is going to answer some serious questions about where American sprinting is heading into the summer. In lane 8, Samira Moody, an NCAA champion out of USC, and she's back racing on her home track. In lane 7, Favour Ofili, representing Nigeria, the national record holder, an Olympic finalist in the 200 meters, and she is more than capable of turning this field upside down. Sturgis looks locked in. Eyes forward, shoulders loose, not a single wasted movement before that gun goes off. Richardson, completely dialed in. In lane 4, Kayla White of the USA. She's got a personal best of 10.84 from last year. In lane 3, Tamari Davis of the USA, a world championship gold medalist on the relay squad and a genuine threat over the flat 100 tonight. In lane 2, Jenna Prandini of the USA, an Oregon legend, multiple national titles at the college level and beyond, and a seasoned Olympian. Richardson settling into the blocks now, calm, composed, every movement exactly where it needs to be. Sturgis takes one last breath, eyes up, no wasted energy. Jefferson-Wooden watching from the infield. She knows what her training partner can do out here. They're off. Davis gets out hard. She's got the early lead. Davis up front at 20 meters, but Richardson is already moving in lane 5. The field is tight through the midpoint, and now Richardson is pulling away into the final straight. Richardson drives hard for the line. Final 30 meters. Richardson has clear daylight. White surging hard, but the gap is there. Davis fading to third. Richardson leans at the tape. Sha'Carri Richardson wins. Into a headwind, she goes under 11 seconds. 10.99 for Sha'Carri Richardson, and that is into a headwind. Her first 100 of the season, and she goes sub-11 right out of the gate. Kayla White second in 11.08, Tamari Davis third in 11.11. Richardson's arms wide open, soaking in that crowd. Her personal best is 10.65. This was just a season opener, and the summer is still wide open. Watch the gun reaction. Davis gets out the cleanest, genuine lead at 20 meters, but through 50 meters, Richardson's acceleration takes over. She's not forcing it, just building. By the final straight, her top-end speed is in a different class entirely. White finishes more than a tenth back. Davis couldn't hold the early lead, faded to third. Sha'Carri Richardson, sub-11 in her 100-meter season debut against a world-class field into a headwind. Her personal best is 10.65, and she hasn't even gotten started yet. The race was over before the final straight. Watch Richardson at 50 meters. Davis had the early lead out of lane 3, clean start, genuine gap at 20 meters. But Richardson wasn't chasing. She was building. By the time the field hit the midpoint, she had already closed the deficit without appearing to push, and that's the tell. When a sprinter erases a lead while looking controlled, the athletes around her are already beaten. They just don't know it yet. The final 30 meters were academic. White surged hard out of lane 4 and still finished 0.09 back. Davis, who led the race, ended up third. Richardson didn't just win, she dictated. The headwind is the number that matters most here. Running 10.99 into a headwind in a season opener against a field that includes Favour, Ofili, and Tamari Davis is a different kind of statement than running it on a calm day at a domestic meet with nothing at stake. Wind-assisted times feel good in the moment and mean little by August. A headwind time in October of your fitness calendar means your training block is working. Dennis Mitchell has been around long enough to know the difference, and 10.99 against the air gives him real data to work with. Richardson's personal best sits at 10.65. The gap between a season opener and a personal best is where the summer lives. Tamari Davis deserves more than a footnote here. She led this race. A clean reaction, a genuine early advantage, and she held it through 20 meters against one of the deepest American sprinting fields assembled this early in a season. She eventually faded to third in 11.11, but that start was not a fluke. Davis has World Relay gold on her record, and she's showing she belongs in individual finals too. Kayla White ran 11.08 for second, which is a solid performance by any measure, and she was still surging at the line. Favour Ofili finished fourth in 11.11, matching Davis's time. The Nigerian national record holder ran into a headwind, the same as everyone else, and still posted a time that would win most meets. This field ran hard. Richardson just ran harder. The 10.65 Richardson ran to set her personal best puts her among the fastest women in history. Sub-11 in a headwind for a season opener isn't that, but it's evidence the speed is still there. American women sprinting right now is remarkably deep, and this race showed it. 7 of 8 finishers went under 11.44. Ofili gave Nigeria a presence in a field that was otherwise entirely American. For context, when sprinters of Richardson's caliber open this strong, they tend to peak somewhere between 0.2 and 0.4 seconds faster over a full season. That math points somewhere serious. The summer circuit comes next, and Richardson's name will be on every start list that matters. The World Championships, Diamond League Finals, relay pools. She said after the race that a season opener can feel like a fish out of water, and she wasn't wrong about that. But 10.99 into a headwind is not someone finding her feet. That's someone who already knows exactly where they are.